oversized, the trap between the thighs. Bitches be cray cray, she claimed that she looking as pretty cray. Extra, extra, read all about it. Crazy bitch news, crazy bitch news, crazy bitch news, crazy bitch news. It's all in lies, somewhere between the lies. The shrink and oversized, the trap between the thighs. Bitches be cray cray, she cray and she looking as pretty cray. Extra, extra, read all about it. Crazy bitch news, crazy bitch news, crazy bitch news. And wait, crazy bitch news.
Tonight, naked, naughty, and not so nice. A couple of them are nice on the eyes, but that's as nice as it gets. So there we go. Thought about just doing a drawing thing, but I got so many of these, and they're kind of old, a couple of them, and I'm going to forget if I don't hurry up and get this done. So that's what's happening. So there's the deal. We will proceed with our, well, not so nice ladies. Yeah. And once again, it does not put it in the order that I want it. Is this the one? No, this is the first one. Jeez. Bear with me. It's shortly on the way. Okay. All right, there we are. Whoop, whoop, whoop. A Lake City woman was arrested when she broke into a neighbor's home while naked. Haley Blunt, 24, probably had one too many blunts, is facing charges of burglary, criminal mischief, and child neglect. The incident happened at 11:56 p.m. at a Lake City home on Northwest Huntsborough Street. Officers responded to the home after the victim dialed 911 to report a burglary in progress. I guess she thought, unhindered by clothing, she could slip through a window or something. I don't know. The victim told police they heard someone knocking on the front door. But when asked who was there, no one would answer. The person, later identified as Blunt, went to the home's sliding glass door and began to knock, but would not say who she was when asked. The victim was apparently on the phone with 911 dispatch when Blunt broke a window of the residence and went inside. Now keep in mind, she's naked. She could have cut herself. That's when the victim left the home and met with arriving officers in the yard. When police approached the front door, they found Blunt nude and bleeding from injuries she sustained while breaking the window. Yeah, stupid. Oh, well. She was taken to a local hospital for treatment and was later booked into the Columbia County Jail. Investigators also learned Blunt, who lived in a nearby residence, left her two young children home unsupervised, which led to her child neglect charge. The children were found safe at the home and were later turned over to a family member. Blunt is being held in jail without bond. What the hell is that all about? I don't know, but she's crazy. That's, you got to conclude that. And there's really no option in something like this. So, yeah, she's crazy. So there you go, a perfect candidate for crazy bitch news. Because hey, what a stupid burglary plan. But I mean, Catwoman wears her cat suit and stuff, but she's not naked. And she's like, I can't get into this house to steal stuff. I know. I'll break the glass window while I'm butt naked. And I wonder if the injuries were just on her feet because she stepped on the shattered glass and all that. Or did she just walk through the break in the glass, and then it slices up her legs and stuff? Yeah, she didn't think this through. No. I mean, it's my mere speculation, but, well, I'm going to go with that one. That's what I'm going with. Well, good luck to Haley Blunt, Nodak's here. Hi, Nodak. Hit the like button. She should have just put them on the glass. She should have just put them on the glass. You mean her boobs or something? I don't know. Lugs, I can't stay long, but I hope you're doing well, Doug. Well, thanks for stopping by, Lugs. Have a good night or morning, I guess now. All right. Up next, another, you guessed it, naked woman. It happens on occasion. Yeah, not much. Anywho, oh wait, I gotta turn my camera off. We don't want to see that. Oh no. Naked woman arrested after hours-long standoff with Los Angeles Police Department. There's a video. I played it. Yeah, she's not in it much. It's just her car, and they blur it all out so you don't see the good stuff, So, a naked assault suspect who led officers on a brief police chase that turned into an hours-long standoff in West Los Angeles was taken into custody. According to the Los Angeles Police Department, the incident started around 6:45 a.m. near 1100 Oveda Place after someone reported an assault involving a woman who was naked and screaming. Oh boy, that's a scary combination, Anyway, pursuit was initiated just before 7 a.m. The pursuit ended in 2 minutes, about 6 blocks away, when the woman suddenly stopped in the middle of the road near Montana Avenue and in Brentwood, but wouldn't get out of the vehicle. Well, she's naked. She was embarrassed at that point. The SUV was blocked by a number of patrol vehicles, and officers deployed several spike strips in front of the vehicle to prevent the woman from driving off. At one point, the woman threw a hammer out of the window. Around 10 a.m., armed officers with the LAPD's rescue team were seen outside their vehicles positioned in front of the woman's car. The standoff came to an end about 10:45 a.m. when she suddenly climbed out of one of the windows, moved over the roof and hood of the Bronco, and proceeded to crawl down the front windshield. She made it to the ground safely and was approached by several officers, one of whom wrapped her in what appeared to be a blanket before putting her into the patrol car. Fox 11's Brooke Thomas spoke with a crisis negotiator at the scene, who said the woman was adamant she would not get out of her car. But once she saw officers about to deploy tear gas, she got out quickly. Traffic was snarled for much of the morning commute on the 405 freeway due to the closure of Sepulveda and Montana during the standoff. Mental health experts were called to the scene to assist the woman. It's unclear if they made contact with the woman. Well, they probably have by now. But, so there you go. She was running around naked and screaming and assaulted somebody, took off, I guess, in her vehicle. Again, still butt naked, and the police chased. And then there was a standoff that, just ruined the day for everybody trying to get to where they're going. They're like, you dumb bitch. So what the hell was that about? Well, once again, you have to conclude Crazy. Oh, yeah. Cray cray. I don't know if she's crazy. She looked. Don't know what she looks like. But they all got an eyeful. They did. Yeah. All right. So there you go. There's the naked part of the title. Those two broads. Yeah, I don't know. Just, was it speaking a message? Was there some sort of, what can we gather from her showing up butt naked to, I don't know, attack somebody because she really was mad at them and didn't like them? But she had to do it naked. Right? The laundry wasn't done yet. Something. But I suppose it's futile to look for the logic in these stories. You know, it's not a good idea. And yet I tried. I did. Woman stabbed her mother well over a couple dozen times, so 24 times, in the chest because of her inability to leave the home. Yeah. A Texas woman has pled guilty to murder a year after she viciously stabbed her mother to death while acting as her caregiver. Well, that's not much care. No. Rachel Zamarripa, 22, entered a guilty plea almost 1 year to the day after she called 911 and said she killed her mother, 58-year-old Linda Zamarripa, on August 31st, 2024. Rachel told dispatchers that she stabbed her mother. Bexar County Sheriff Harvey A. Salazar said during a press conference days after the incident that first responders arrived to a grisly scene at the Zamarripa home, and Linda Zamarripa had been stabbed well over a couple dozen times. Again, I guess 24. The knife was still lodged in her chest when first responders arrived. The older woman was rushed to a hospital where she was pronounced dead. Salazar provided more details about Rachel Zamarripa's motive for the brutal killing, which he said was due to the stress she felt as her mother's caregiver and the family's sole provider. By all indications, she snapped, Salazar said of Rachel. According to a press release from the Bexar County District Attorney's Office, Rachel Zamarripa had become frustrated over her mother's inability to leave the house. During the press conference following Linda Zamarripa's murder, Salazar used the opportunity to highlight the prevalence of family-related violence, saying that there are public resources available for those who need help before it becomes too late. These folks that are at these hotlines will tell you what resources are available. They can house you. They can house your children. They can even take in your pets. Your children can continue to go to school. They can help you with job placement. It's a total wraparound service. Well, Rachel was sentenced to 30 years in prison. And that will go to her wraparound service. So she has a place to stay. Unfortunately, her mother will remain dead. So, there you go. Great going, Rachel. Nodak says she carefully stabbed her mother. Oh, is that it? Yeah, well, I don't think Mom was okay with that. It's just my guess, but I mean, yeah, there's stress in life, it's tough. But hey, there's got to be a better way. So I'm thinking the sheriff was right on that one. But I don't know. She didn't think of that. No. I'm thinking about killing my own mother. Maybe I need help. Yes. Yes, you do. You can't ask for it after the fact, It's not going to work that way. It just isn't. Iowa mother sentenced for abandoning kids in trash-filled home infested with cockroaches. Boy, she really looks the type, doesn't she? A 42-year-old mother will spend up to 2 decades behind bars for leaving her children alone in an unsafe home that lacked running water, heat, and food. One wonders why the roaches were there. There's nothing to eat there. Anyway, in a news release, the Polk County Attorney's Office said a judge sentenced Amanda Myers on August 11th to up to 20 years in prison after she pled guilty to 2 counts of neglect or abandonment of a dependent person and 2 counts of child endangerment. Prosecutors said Myers' parental rights were terminated. Well, yeah, I guess so. She's going to be in prison for 20 years. So there's no point in her keeping her parental rights, which she apparently didn't want them anyway. According to prosecutors, Myers' friend called law enforcement on December 20th, 2023, and said there were possibly 2 children alone in a mobile home. Responding police located the defendant's 2 kids, ages 7 and 6, in a home that was unfit to live in, including a lack of running water, heat, and food. Authorities said the place was infested with cockroaches, rotting garbage. Oh, that explains the roaches. And other dangerous conditions. A detective who testified reportedly said the conditions were the worst that she has seen in 15 years on the Des Moines Police Department. According to the attorney's office, the children's guardian ad litem, in the case claimed the victims were not potty trained, were afraid of bathing, and were unhealthy. Yeah. The kids are reportedly now in SKU, but the boy is 2 years behind in learning. The guardian told the court they are sweet and loving kids, and they deserve a good life. Well, hopefully they'll get it, but man. The defendant asked for probation so that she could undergo treatment for mental health, trauma, and drug and alcohol abuse. Yeah, why didn't you do something about that before? In imposing the sentence, the judge reportedly stated, "It's not just the bad, awful conditions in the home, but we could have had 2 dead children in the house. The thing that tipped it for me is that you were not living there." To which I'm guessing she responded, "It's stuck in there. There's roaches. I wasn't going to live in there." You know. Oh, right. And then you cry, "I have an addiction. I am mentally ill. I need help." Yeah. Well, you'll get over your addiction in prison. Well, maybe not. I don't know. But there you go. You've got 20 years to just, think about, gee, where did I mess up? Well, where didn't you mess up? I think you messed up all over the place. Yeah. I mean, I'm no expert, but let's see here. She carefully, Luke sent you a nonsensical super tip from a Lovecraft story. Curious how the AI will pronounce it. Well, this is going to be an interesting thing. We can see it. There it is. But I don't think it can be heard. Jeez. Well, these things do happen. That could have been the outcome of this story. Fortunately, it wasn't. So could you hear it? I mean, I can hear it, but so I don't know if it was heard or not. I guess let me check. I'll click on my Come on. Come on. Another like this. Yeah. Okay. No audio on the super tip. All right. Well, let's see if this experiment will work. Uh, the problem with using this bit of the what they call the ingresses is that it puts a severe delay on the video, and so it's a bit jarring, while I'm reading the news, and it's that delay, But I thought, hey, if there's a way I can do it, like say, hey, I'll get to your chats later, and then I could switch over to the ingress bit. But I think I'm supposed to do it before I even go live. But I'm not sure. So I'm going to hit start streaming and hope that works. And it creates two different screens. Whoops. All right, maybe if I hit that one, does it do it like that? Okay. All right. Let me play the super tip again and see if you can hear it.
I'll learn you how to gus. Will you swing me thilke wise? Magnamater. Atis. Die had gede het ouden. Agus bas dunach ort. Donis is dollas ort. Agus litsa.
That is what they say I said when they found me after 3 hours, crouching in the blackness over the half-eaten body of Sipet Norris with my own cat tearing at my throat. Cthulhu Efstan, fuckers!
Okay, were you able to hear that one? But it's still hearing. It looks like it's still lighting up the other one. Did it? I don't know. I'll check Rumble. Okay. Okay, there it went. All right, cool. So it does work that way. So this is an option I can use. All right, cool. We learned something tonight. Because I tried this once before, and I don't know what I did wrong there, but it didn't work out. It's just this delay for the video. Because I haven't done it lately because I haven't had the time, but I'll go over these Nailsin news streams and, cut them out and put them together as separate videos on their own to be used later and that kind of thing. But it became increasingly difficult when I was using the Rumble system on that, which for my own bizarre OCD problems, I go back and forth between the two. Plus, I want the credits for Rumble itself. So, yeah, that's another justification for it. But nevertheless, it doesn't work as smoothly as EV Mux does. And even there, it has some complications. But nevertheless, I think this will work. It's just the kind of thing, I'll have to stress, hey, I'll get to it, because I have to check for it and stuff like that and play the super tips because they're just so damn cool. But anyway, there we go. Sorry for keeping you up so long, Lugs. And thank you very much for the super tip. And hopefully the cat will not rip my throat out. I do have to remember to take care of Kitty. That's important. I think learn my lesson. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and turn off the ingress. And there it goes. Okay. Okay, now we'll stop streaming and then we'll allow OBS to come back. There we are. All right. Everything's, fruity, fresh, and fancy free and hunky dory or whatever the hell it all is. I don't know. But anyway, there we go. Thanks again, Lugs. And, but we learned something. We did. Isn't that nice? I think so. Luke says, okay, I was ready to defend her until I heard about the rotting garbage and cockroach. Thought she was just teaching them to be anarcho-primitives. Yeah, then figure it out yourselves, kids. No, it was a little worse than that. She left because, ew, roaches. But, the kids. Whoops. If I had kids, I'd love to teach them how to survive without running water and electricity. Sadly, I don't think my great-grandparents even knew how to do that. Yeah. It's one of those things that, sadly, is probably going to come up. Don't worry, I won't survive either. Luke's, fair enough, Doug. Nodak couldn't hear it right, but I think I fixed it because I could hear it on Rumble. I'm going with that. Luke's, I didn't hear it. No, but I'm glad you did. Nodak, is it weird that I could taste it, though? Yes, it is. I didn't taste it. Luke's, did you? Luke, sorry to sidetrack you. Now, don't worry about it. Into StreamYard tweaking world. Well, it's not StreamYard, it's Rumble Studio, but I wonder how StreamYard would work because well, anyway, that's the deal. So I figured out a way to make it work. So there we go. So yeah, we hear it. Luke, okay, the ending made it worth it. Okay. Luke says, I have a little bit of a network on Twitch, so I might start doing streams for fun. But instinctively, I'm scared that I'll somehow turn into MKE. Well, how much do you drink? I think that goes a long way. I think if he sobered up a bit, he'd be all right. But, yeah, what are you going to do? So, let's see. Oh, I'm doing Nailsin News. So let's see here. Who is this? Oh, we already did her. Yeah, Cockroach Lady. So long, Cockroach Lady. Yeah, not a lot of lookers tonight. I mean, they have looks, but well, take a gander at this. Oh, wait, I got to turn my camera. See what I mean? Ooh! I know, I'll be old too one day. I get it, but still, it does make it scarier, doesn't it? I think so. It's almost Halloween, This might be a little perfect. Anyway, caregiver accused of abandoning her dad in a chair for months, leaving him sitting in feces. She could have left him sitting on the toilet, Yeah. Anyway, authorities recently arrested a 54-year-old caregiver on suspicion of leaving her father in a chair for months, causing him to sit and waste. That's poo-poo. And sustain critical injuries and open sores. Oh, my God, jeez. Well, you're not daddy's girl anymore. Yes, she's younger than me. Yeah. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Sheriff's Office. On April 1st, deputies responded to the Sacred Heart Hospital and learned Pamela Reynolds allegedly hadn't moved her father, Thomas Reynolds, for around 2 months. She also had not taken him to a doctor since January. But Pamela Reynolds reportedly said it was because of transportation issues. Per court documents, a nurse practitioner on duty told authorities that Thomas Reynolds suffered a severe sacrum injury and necrosis. That's dead flesh. He reportedly had maggots and waste on his wounds when he initially arrived at the hospital. But staff cleaned him since. Well, I would think so. According to authorities, the nurse practitioner explained that Thomas Reynolds' injuries were possibly caused by being in the same position for months. She also reportedly said the victim had feces in his beard, fingernails, and feet? Oh, you mean the feces was in his fingernails and his feet. Okay, and he appeared severely malnourished. Well, he ate something. Anyway, Pamela Reynolds allegedly said she resided with her father and was his only caregiver. She reportedly told officials he had multiple health issues, including diabetes and heart failure, and he had difficulty hearing. Reynolds allegedly provided her dad with food and medicine and said she bathed him and changed his diapers daily. No, you don't. She alleged that she didn't notice his injuries and explained that the victim would primarily sit and lie down in his recliner chair in front of the television. According to the arrest report, Pamela Reynolds started to cry while speaking with authorities and stated that she knew she was going to jail. An officer said in the report that they could smell decaying flesh coming from Thomas Reynolds. The victim was allegedly unable to move himself and lying very stiff with his legs and feet, which were brown and discolored, curled up underneath himself. There was reportedly a softball-sized injury on his hip with black and yellow tissue, pus, and fluids coming out. Per the arrest report, he also had pieces of skin peeling, bruising, and open sores. Officials arrested Pamela Reynolds on one count of elderly neglect causing great bodily harm. She was booked into Escambia County what? Jail, of course, but you forgot to put it in there, on $10,000 bond. Well, no Christmas presents from Daddy for you this year. You bitch. You know, this is just laziness and irresponsibility and like, well, he's just a burden, sure, but that's no excuse. I mean, you're sitting there lying to, I do it all. I give him his medicine. I change his diapers daily. No, obviously. His poo was in his beard. And maggots were feasting on his sores, which accumulate due to him sitting in the same position for months. And it takes a while to get to that state. They're going to have to cut chunks of his flesh off, you know? Yeah. Poor bastard. But no. I mean, what, she now going to come up with some story about he was an abusive father and I was afraid of him or some shit. Yeah. Still, there's some crazy here. I mean, but it's called evil. That's what it is. Some people can be diagnosed with evil. So, what are you going to do, you know? Well, you got to put her in prison. That's what you're going to do. And that's what you should. Yeah, this isn't a great mugshot, but I'm okay with that. You know, I think you can guess why. Yeah. See, that meth is hard on the teeth, and when they go, yeah, it's probably not that old. Well, we'll find out. Inmate allegedly stole ambulance after asking to go to hospital. What a cool plan, you know? Yeah. A 43-year-old woman faces charges after allegedly asking to be transported to a hospital and stealing an ambulance. Well, all right. Look, here again, you didn't write the sentence right. She faces charges for, she was lying about needing to go to the hospital, I assume. And so they charge her for that. But it makes it sound like she needed to go to the hospital, so she's being arrested for that. Oh, and by the way, she stole an ambulance. I think the stealing of the ambulance is the bigger charge. According to the Richmond Police Department, shortly after midnight on August 28th, Richmond fire personnel responded to the Wayne County Jail after Amanda Kirkendall requested transportation to the hospital. Medics arrived and called in law enforcement for assistance. As officers arrived, Kirkendall allegedly jumped into the ambulance and drove off. A pursuit ended at the hospital. Well, that's where she wanted to go. Police said Kirkendall was taken into custody and given a ride back to the Wayne County Jail. All that work, and she ended up right back where she started. Kirkendall faces charges of resisting law enforcement, felony theft of a motor vehicle, and unauthorized control of a motor vehicle. Oh, yeah, she probably didn't have her license with her. You know, she was in jail and everything. In a statement, officers said she started at the jail, drove herself to the hospital, and ended up right back at the jail. Not exactly the round trip she was hoping for. Yeah, that's a really blurry shot. They had to blow it up, I guess. I don't know. Not too many people are collecting the original. Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, I'm guessing she didn't really need to go to the hospital. She just was trying to escape, I guess. But then she drove to the hospital. Okay, whatever. I'm returning the ambulance. Yeah. Probably an outsourced ambulance from, a company or whatever. I don't know. That might have been her mistake. I don't know. Let's see what everyone's talking about. They're talking about Nailsin News. Luke says, I do my screen recordings with OBS for a gaming channel I collab with on. Well, this is coming through OBS, which I figured a good bit of it out. But I can't figure out how to get the audio part of Super Tips to display on the screen. You can see it when it plays, but it just won't come through. But with the in here in Rumble Studios, the ingresses, it doesn't really, because I got to go to a different layer and put a source link in it. It's inside baseball with EV Mux, but at least it works that way, and there's no video delay or what have you. And so I based on the instructions, I thought it plays on OBS, so it should come through. But for whatever reason, it doesn't. I'm sure it's me not being able to figure it out, but I'm not able to figure it out. This is the best I can do. But it's still cool. I love that thing. Anyway, Lugs, I like how it's very bare bones, but hugely customizable. Yeah, you can do all kinds of stuff, more than what I can. Lugs, she looks like Val Kilmer as he looks today. Oh, he doesn't look like anything. Is that what you meant? Yeah, because he passed away. Lugs, did Dad die of poop? Almost, and he probably will eventually, depending on what infections he received from that. Oh my God, he lived. Yeah, I know. So there's going to be some amputations of flesh, I imagine. It sounds like his legs are shot too from all this. Anyway, Lugs, I guess I'm happy for him. Well, I mean, he's in a better place now in the hospital, and hopefully there's some decent staff there to take care of him and all that. So it's got to be better than sitting there in your crap with maggots feeding on you. Anyway, Lugs, it's one thing for nursing home staff to be negligent, but his own family's even, yes, that does make it worse. Yes, she's just a monster. Lugs, he had fingernails and feet in his beard. Yeah, I know. That's how they wrote it. But it's like, well, the fingernails, he's scratching the beard. Maybe a fingernail breaks off, whatever. But a foot. No, the beard, fingernails, and feet had poo-poo in them. Yeah. Lugs, you can inherit my PS3 games collection. All right. Lugs, I'm surprised they didn't have to cut him out of the chair. They may have. But there's been quite a few stories there. That was one of those Bayou Crime Report stories I did with Pat Dixon. And this woman who melted into the sofa because her parents just left her in her room and forgot about her for 10 years. So it took 10 years, thereabouts. And that does happen. A lot of some of these people that are morbidly obese and they got to take a wall out to get them to the hospital. Yeah, they got to cut them out of the sofas too, because the flesh, it just grows into the fibers, Yeah, you got to get up and move around. I know you're tired and you just want to watch TV, but you got to move around. Yeah. Yeah. So apologies for not having any great lookers in these stories. But, let's see if it improves. Woman who declared do or die after allegedly stabbing her neighbor is in trouble again. Well, you don't say. What the hell? Yeah. A Texas woman who's arrested in June after she allegedly stabbed her neighbor has been arrested again. Again, huh? You let her out. This time for allegedly making new threats against a different target. Emily LaVale, 29, was once again in custody at the McLennan County Jail after she was arrested on Saturday, charged with assault on a peace officer, unlawfully carrying a weapon, making terroristic threats, and public intoxication, with 3 prior convictions. Wow. Huh. According to an arrest affidavit obtained by local CBS affiliate, LaVelle was accused of spitting on a police officer who responded to the scene where she was allegedly threatening to kill an unnamed man. Probably asking him his name, and he just said, no, I don't have to tell you. And there you go. That stirred her all up, LaVelle was arrested in June for allegedly stabbing a woman in the apartment complex where they both lived. The suspect was out on bond when she was arrested again. She stabbed a woman. I'm guessing the cuts weren't that, but to say it was a stabbing, it penetrated and went in, I'm assuming. But all right, put her out on bond. According to the arrest affidavit, police responded to a home on Tennyson Drive in Waco after receiving calls of a disturbance. When they arrived at the scene at around 8:30 p.m., officers found LaVelle lying down in the front seat of a vehicle. After police told her to get out of the vehicle, they found a pistol underneath her with a regular magazine, just a regular one, and an extended magazine nearby. Oh, my goodness. Police also found an assortment of alcoholic beverages and stated that LaVelle allegedly smelled of alcohol while they tried to detain her. According to the affidavit, I gathered, her speech was slow and irregular while speaking with her. She continued to resist officers while attempting to place her into the patrol unit. Part of her resistance allegedly included spitting on an officer. And that's just not nice. In fact, it's downright disgusting. When officers questioned the man inside the home, he told them that LaVelle had allegedly threatened to kill him. LaVelle was out on bond after she was charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. During that alleged incident, LaVelle claimed self-defense after witnesses said she allegedly stabbed one of her neighbors. When police questioned her about the alleged stabbing incident, she told them she thought do or die upon seeing the other woman and that she would do anything to defend herself. LaVille allegedly told police that she would have killed that bitch if she had the chance. Well, that'll go great for your case. Anyway, LaVille is still in custody, this time at the McLennan County Jail, where she's being held on $28,500 bond. So, yeah, she probably belongs in a cage, you know. That'd be my guess. Maybe it's that tattoo on her forehead. That's usually a good giveaway. I mean, you could have tattoos, but on your forehead? But again, there should have been, well, there was other warning besides that. She stabbed a woman. All right. Well, anyway, there you go. That's her story. You know. But there are more. There are others. Oh, yes. Yes, there are. So here we go. She's kind of cute. You know, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. What's the deal? Oh, well, that explains. She's only 19. 19-year-old hit the gas and pinned woman against a building with her car during an argument at a Sunoco station. There's the station. There's the girl. I don't know if that's the car. Maybe I doubt it that one. It's probably just a random picture of it. A Tennessee woman, hey, this is in Pat's neck of the woods, was hospitalized after a 19-year-old allegedly pinned her against a building with her car during an argument at the gas station. Can't you people take this stuff elsewhere? Us gas stations don't like this kind of drama, you know. Hannah Graham, 19, is out on bond after she was arrested on September 4th in connection with an altercation that took place at a Sunoco gas station in Memphis. According to her arrest affidavit, Graham and her friend were in a gold Nissan Altima when they got into an argument with another woman standing outside the station. Police did not specify what the argument was about. Stupid crap, you know, the usual. But at some point, Graham, who was behind the wheel of the Nissan, allegedly hit the gas and intentionally ran into the woman, pinning her between the car and a building. I'm guessing the gas station building. Graham then allegedly fled the scene. The alleged victim was taken to a nearby hospital where she underwent surgery for a broken right femur. A witness to the alleged altercation told police that he knew the passenger in Graham's car. As part of their investigation, police viewed surveillance video from the gas station. Oh, yeah, it's a lot of cameras at a gas station. So don't do anything, you idiots. But they're idiots, so, you know. Anyway, that showed the entire incident. Police stated that in the video, a white female driver, later identified as Graham, put the Nissan into reverse, lined up the vehicle with the victim, and then hit the gas. So there's no way for her to say it was an accident. You know, it's like she lined it up. Wait, I'm a little, there we go. All right. Both the witness and the alleged victim were able to pick Graham out of a 6-person lineup and identify her as the person who allegedly drove her into the victim and then drove away with their friend in tow. While the local affiliate reported that the building of the Sunoco station was damaged in the incident. Damn it. Stupid bitch. You know who's got it? Well, they probably hire outside people to do that. Come on, Doug. At least paint it. Graham was arrested and charged with aggravated assault and leaving the scene of an accident. She was booked into the Shelby County Jail where she was being held on $100,000 bond. Well, geez, that's tough. That's too bad, huh, Hannah? Yeah. And she'll just like, well, she really pissed me off. She was being a bitch. Yeah. Well, you showed her, huh? Idiot. But, what are you going to do? Well, she's going to go to jail. That's what she's going to do. Oh, wait. This is the same one. Do I want to do these? I think I'll save that one for last. Yeah, we don't need this. Screw it. I think we'll do it like that. All right.
Yeah, she really, really pissed me off. And I just thought, hey, I'll flatten her ass up against the gas station.
Yeah. Well. Woman who set fire to her sister's bed in failed murder attempt sent several text messages admitting that was the plan. A Kentucky woman allegedly told police that she intended to kill her sister by setting her bed on fire while she slept. Well, I guess they probably could have gathered, but, well, she bragged about it, I guess. Addison Brown, 22, was arrested by police in Louisville after an investigation into a fire she is now accused of setting intentionally. According to the arrest warrant, police said Brown was responsible for setting a mattress on fire while her younger sister was sleeping on it. The alleged incident occurred on June 1st, and after arson investigators looked into the events surrounding the fire, they found that Brown had allegedly sent a number of incriminating text messages afterwards. They always do that, you know. According to the search warrant, Brown fled immediately after the fire, which did not result in any injuries. Oh, well, there you go. Brown's sister, whom Law and Crime is not naming, woke up with flames next to her and quickly put the fire out with a pillow. She called for assistance, and the fire was extinguished by the time first responders arrived. Well, yeah, she put it out with the pillow. In addition to Brown's sister, 3 other people were in the home, though their relationships to Brown and her sister were not made clear. Oh, really? Were they fighting over a man? You know, police said that Brown allegedly sent several individuals text messages in which she admitted to setting the fire on purpose in an attempt to kill her sister. Brown's sister was reportedly one of the recipients of those messages. She sent it to her. She expected her to be dead, so she'll never see this. But why send it? Okay. According to the warrant, Brown allegedly caused more than $500 worth of damage to the home. Well, that's going to be a hefty fine, huh? Brown was arrested after midnight when she also made her first court appearance. She was booked into the Louisville Metropolitan Department of Corrections on charges of attempted murder, arson, and wanton endangerment. She's screwed. She's got her hair up in a bun so it looks like a tribble is on top of her, you know. Yeah, I don't see any out here. I don't know what she could possibly say or do about this and say, hey, look, the mattress was old and I wanted to get rid of it, but I just sort of forgot my sister was laying there. No, you can't do that because I'm guessing she texted all the others that were living in that house, whoever the hell they were, plus the victim, and said, yes, I intend to burn my sister to death. Well, that's that, you know. I guess she could plead guilty. Please, Your Honor, I was really mad. All the boys like my sister better than me. You understand what that does to a woman? And maybe the judge will. Yes. Yes, I do. I don't know. But hopefully not. Golly. Yeah, set her on fire. You bitch. Not that one. All right. That's it for you, you crazy bitch. So let's do this one. And then we got 2 more. Don't worry. There is a teacher sex scandal. But I'm going to save that one for last. Yeah. Because, you know. Anyway, woman used hatchet to try and murder her sleeping boyfriend. Hacked through the man's skull. Good Lord. She's all smiles about it in her mugshot, you know. So perhaps she thinks, hey, come on, it was just silly. I don't know. Look, I think we can all let's all just move past this and forget about it. I don't think so. A North Dakota woman is accused of using a hatchet to try and kill her boyfriend while he was sleeping, with a witness saying it sounded like she was splitting wood. No, I think she hit him in the head as the girlfriend hacked through her lover's skull. Lena De Oliveira, 23, is charged with attempted murder and aggravated assault. Boy, I'll say, you know. A man who was staying with the couple inside of a detached North Fargo garage, with all three of them being homeless, allegedly told investigators that Granados, Jonathan Granados is her boyfriend. Okay. Granados woke up screaming during the incident. The witness looked and saw Lena swing down with the hatchet. De Oliveira's charging documents say, according to the witness couldn't see the point of the strike due to obstructions, but heard it sound like splitting wood, initially thinking she hit the headrest or headboard. No such luck. Fargo police say the man who was in the garage located near the 700 block of College Street North told investigators there were at least 2 strikes delivered to Granados' head because when he approached, it looked like 1 or 2 of Johnny's fingers were missing or kind of hanging. He saw blood and a mark through Johnny's skull. De Oliveira, probably getting that wrong, Lena, fled the garage after the attack and was later found during the course of the investigation. After police were called to the scene, Granados was treated at a local medical facility for his injuries, which included severe lacerations to his hands and head, which was reported to have a large slice in it. Lena was arrested without incident in Moorhead. Ironic, you know. She was being held on $500,000 bond. Well, even if she comes up with the money, she belongs in a cage. Look at that psychopathic smile. Good Lord. Holy crap. Well, of course, you know, she had problems with the guy. Maybe he was cheating. I don't know. You got to make sure there are no weapons around because you're going to go to sleep in the room with her. If you have any inkling of psychosis, well, you can't live together. That's one thing, you know. Jeez. Oh, man. Boy. I'm sure it made a mess, you know. All right, before my voice completely goes, better get to these last 2 stories and I'll get to the chat. And we'll call it a night or the morning. I still got to go take care of some business. But I wanted to get a stream in, you know. It's just all these stories. All these stories. So, well, this one might be a good one. Let's see. Doesn't have a good enough mugshot yet, though. Hopefully get one. Because then when I later put this together, I can do a Photoshop over him. Probably could just draw it, though. Something like that. Anyway. Well, there she is. Yeah. Get out of the way, damn it. A Washington teen has been arrested after she was caught on camera eerily staring at her ex-boyfriend's house while holding a shotgun. Trinity Morley, 19, was charged with attempted murder after her parents foiled her plan to kill her ex-boyfriend. Morley's parents, who have not been identified, discovered a disturbing entry in their teen daughter's journal on July 27th. See, they do snoop in that. I have the gun now, 3 rounds of buckshot. The shotgun is heavy. He told me that if I don't hold it right, my arm will get blown off. I have 3 chances to get this right, and I don't want to resort to knives, she wrote. Concerned, I bet, her parents called 911 to request a welfare check, telling police Morley left their home, possibly to graffiti her ex-boyfriend's house in Maple Valley. Well, that's one way of putting it, you know. A clearly distraught 19-year-old woman had written in a journal that she was going to kill her ex-boyfriend. Oh, going to her ex-boyfriend's house with a shotgun, said the county sheriff. Disturbing ring camera footage showed Morley staring at the front door of her ex-boyfriend's home wearing a black sweatshirt and mask while carrying a shotgun. Although her ex-boyfriend was not home at the time, his terrified family saw her on the camera, ran upstairs to hide, and called for help. Oh, come on. She looks adorable. The victim in this case believed that she would have killed him had she been given the chance. The woman tried to get into his house armed with a weapon, but ultimately ran away. Using a drone, police found Morley on a nearby dock, still holding the shotgun and a knife. Using de-escalation tactics, a deputy was able to talk to her and calmly place her in handcuffs. Body cam footage showed the officer calmly asking if she could approach Morley and got her to drop her weapons. Prosecutors said Morley admitted she intended to kill her ex-boyfriend and then herself in a fatal confrontation with police. Well, I guess since she couldn't find the boyfriend, she decided not to do that either. She allegedly told police that she wanted to kill him because the rape allegations she filed against him did not lead to charges, and the case was closed by police as unfounded. They must have thought you were crazy for some reason. Investigators described her demeanor after her arrest as eerie, noting that she smiled, rolled her eyes, and even laughed. At one point, according to prosecutors, she told a deputy who was writing down a narrative of the events, "It's a good story." Huh. Well, Morley apologized to her current boyfriend for tricking him into obtaining the shotgun for her. So she's already got a new boyfriend. And, at least she did that. You know, that's a record of him being off the hook and not an accessory or anything. Anyway, she says, "I'm sorry I lied to you, and I'm so sorry to everyone about everything." She allegedly told her boyfriend she was receiving threatening texts from an unknown number, so he let her borrow his shotgun for self-defense. Prosecutors said she was unable to obtain the weapon herself because her parents had filed for an extreme risk protection order for their daughter. Morley's parents told police that she had a history of mental illness and had been hospitalized for self-harm incidents, including a suicide attempt. Morley has been charged with first-degree attempted murder and is being held in the King County Jail on $500,000 bail. Well, is that enough? Yeah, see, there's the crazy face. Yeah. All right.
Requesting us to do a welfare check on his 19-year-old daughter. Looks like she left Kent to go graffiti her ex-boyfriend's house.
Skulking about.
Be advised,
Oh,
it looks
boy.
like we're now getting a disturbance. We got on the line. He's saying there's someone outside with a firearm.
Holy shizniz. So there she is on the docks.
I'm right here. I'm the one that wants to come talk to you, but I just need you to step up towards me, okay? That's me. I'm right here.
Yeah, who else?
Can I come over to you?
Not sure why they got her face blurred out when the pictures were published. All right. Well, I don't think she thought this through. But again, a lot of people who, are crazy tend not to think things through. The things they do think through are monstrous. So it's all very sad. She looked kind of cute, but and what about the second boyfriend? He's like, and how much you want to bet there are no threatening texts on her phone, except for her own. Yeah. All right, so let's get to the naughty teacher. Oh boy, another one. Can you believe it? Well, of course you can. It's it's been quite the trend, and looks to be continuing. So we can expect more of these, more where this came from, all that good stuff. And it's sad for everyone involved and whatnot, but at the same time, it's material for this show. Bad teacher, shame teacher. It sounds like a song, 37 confesses to having sex with 2 students and sending nude photos as she faces 10 years in jail. Well, Julie Rizzatello, 34, a former Wall Township High School teacher, pled guilty on August 29th to 2 counts of second-degree sexual assault, revealed prosecutor Raymond S. Santiago in a statement. Yeah. The bombshell news revealed her shocking crimes took place over several years, with one victim from April to June 2024 and another from 2017 to 2018. Jeez. Maybe there's more than that. I mean, how long was she a school teacher, The boys start getting too old for her and she moves on to the next one. The Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office announced her plea on August. Okay, y'all, I don't need to read that. As part of her plea agreement, Rizzatello is expected to be sentenced to a 10-year prison term. The sentencing is scheduled for January 9th, 2026. In addition to the prison sentence, she'll be required to register as a sex offender and will be subject to parole supervision for life. Oh, yes. The prosecution will also seek to have her permanently forfeit her public office. Yeah, I'm guessing she won't be able to teach anymore. The charges stem from sexual relationships Rizzatello admitted to having with 2 of her teenage students. The first case involved an 18-year-old student with whom she had multiple sexual encounters in her car between April and June of 2024. The investigation began after an anonymous tip was received by school officials, which led to a police inquiry. Probably just somebody walking through the parking lot and said, "What the hell? Hey, that's Mrs. Rizzatello." The student informed authorities that Rizzatello had sent him nude photographs and that they had engaged in sexual acts in 3 New Jersey townships: Wall, Belmer, and Brick. A subsequent search of the victim's phone confirmed these accounts through numerous communications and photographs of a sexual nature. It was also confirmed that the victim had told his friends about the sexual encounters. Of course he did. He was having with his teacher. Following her arrest on July 3rd, 2024, a second earlier incident of misconduct came to light. Rizzatello was accused of having a sexual relationship with another student, 17, between 2017 and 2018. This second charge revealed a long-standing pattern of behavior. You don't say. Rizzatello, who taught ninth grade English and SAT prep, resigned from her position just before her arrest. She knew something was up. She had been employed by the Wall Township Public Schools since 2013. The Brick resident earned a salary of $62,000. State pensions show. I guess she's not going to get her pension, though. Yeah. Wall Township Police Chief Sean O'Halloran commented on the case, calling it a betrayal of trust to both the victims and the school community. He praised the victims for their courage in coming forward and emphasizing that the protection of youth is a top priority for his department. Well, yeah, big old booty. Oh, that's it. So, she resigned, but I wonder, as the case was going forward, would she still be getting paid? You know how they do? They might suspend a teacher or something, but it's like you need an act of God to get them fired eventually. In some cases, sometimes not. Oh, well, that's it for Julie. 10 years. She probably won't do all 10, but her dreams of being a school teacher and influencing the youth of America are now forever gone. Yeah. Oh, well. Life goes on, doesn't it? It does. And, of course, the show comes to an end because I'm tired. Okay. Let me go through all these chats. Lugs, I'm surprised they didn't have him. Yeah, they probably did. Lugs, I hope I never melt. Yeah, you don't want to do that. That's why you got to keep moving. Walk around at least. Lugs, I would hate that. Well, yeah. I mean, especially imagine what it's going to do to your sofa. Lugs, okay, we got a solid mentally ill 6. Well, right. Lugs, as I round the corner on 35, I increasingly have no idea how to tell how old people are. Is she 25, 40? All the same to me. Well, especially after the meth damage, it gets tough. Lugs, a 25-year-old poor person from Florida, looks shockingly similar to a rich 40-year-old with an expensive skin regimen. Yeah. Lugs, maybe she was just having a bad day. We have no right to judge psychopathic scumbags. Do you think that's a mitigating circumstance? Look, I was having a bad day, okay? Well, all right. You can pay a fine. Lugs, do you live in an area with noticeable crime, Doug? Or are you more in the sticks with just random druggies being the worst of the trouble? Well, where I'm actually living, yes, that's true. There's hardly no crime at all. Because, yes, I'm in the sticks. But in town, well, a little bit different. Not too bad, though. Not far from there is Lake Charles, and the crime has increased. It's kind of, they come out of Beaumont, they come out of Lafayette. And Beaumont, I can't really put it on there. They probably come out of Houston. And then New Orleans was always bad, but it's gotten worse. And Baton Rouge is really, So, might need the National Guard down here too, But anyway, so far so good, especially considering the job I have. And that is like a sore thumb for anybody who wants to. Yeah. So, there it is. Luke says, well, at least she apologized. Well, see, that's the thing. She did. Oh, wait. Luke says, delicious wanton endangerment. Well, Luke, she just looked up my hometown, and front page was another female teacher sex scandal, middle school. Oh my God. Apparently this is just happening everywhere all the time. Yes. And Letourneau started a trend, I mean, I doubt she was the first one, but of course nowadays with everybody with stuff on people's phones and everything, and the kids are going to brag. They're not going to keep that secret. Now, don't tell anyone, okay? Yeah, I won't tell. First thing he's going to do. And any naked pictures, he can't wait to show that off to his friends. And like, whoa, Miss Rizzatelli, really? Yeah. You know? So that's why we know more about it. Anyway, Lugs, well, at least she apologized. She did. Yeah. Lugs, that's the most important thing. Well, yes, maybe that'll go, for her case. And the judge was like, well, I'm impressed you apologize. Captain Infinity Time Travel Police offers a cup of tea. Thanks, Captain Infinity Time Travel Police. It's appreciated. But that's it for the show. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll edit these. Maybe I won't. You never can tell. Just like the Chuck Berry song. So there we go. Hope you got a kick out of this little time with me. We'll do it again, I'm sure, because Lord knows there's plenty of stories just like those. Nailsin News. But until then, have a good rest of your day, night, however you want to put it. And we'll visit again someday. Soon. Oh, yes.
Crazy bitch news, crazy bitch news, crazy bitch news. Bitches they cray. She cray and she look, and that's pretty cray. Extra, extra. Read all about it. Crazy bitch news, crazy bitch news, crazy bitch news. Bitches we cray. She cray and she look, and that's pretty cray.